Welcome to the Big Fat Real Estate Checks podcast with Marco Kozlowski, where we help investors like you get the knowledge and skills you need to replace your JOB with passive cash flow for life.
Hey everyone, welcome to Big Fat Real Estate Checks. My name is Marco Kozlowski. I'm here with Francesco Galluccio, Frankie Fingers, and Gabrielle Areish. All of us are here to serve, to give. If you are new to this podcast, the Big Fat Real Estate Checks podcast, not chicks, that is a completely different podcast. The first 10 episodes explain asset-based lending, how you only need skills, not money, in order to create cash flow for yourself and your family and generational wealth. Take advantage of inflation and just make more money and just be better in bed in general. Since I don't know if that made any sense, but you know what I'm talking about. The more money you have, the sexier you become, apparently. So we're going to be discussing today. Oh, before I even go into discussion, like us, love us, share us. Yes, we're weird, but yes, we love helping others. So if that comes through, please like us, love us, share us, give us some fantastic reviews, of course. And we appreciate any feedback that we get. And if you have any topics that you would like to discuss, please send it to marco@marcokozlowski.com, and we will help any way we can. So let's talk about security. Please come here, security. We need some security around here. We're going to discuss security, how to protect your premises, lower your insurance rates, and actually make tenants feel safer, allowing you to actually charge more. So it's a circle of trust that actually is reciprocated and just is good all the way around. So this is something that Frank wanted to discuss. So Francesco, do your thing.
All right. No, that's good. No, the reason I brought it up, and I think you wanted to mention those that are new. If you're new to this podcast, watch the first 10. To get a good basis of what Marco's talking about with asset-based lenders, so you got a good understanding, and then you can, shuffle around the 150 plus episodes that we've done. Yes, Marco's giving the hill. Yes, there you go. Anyways, I'll just get that plug. I know you wanted to do that. He had no sleep lately. I have, but that's okay.
Now
but,
I am rested, my friends. Everyone is in trouble.
He's all fresh. Well, with security, the reason why I wanted to bring it up is because that's what I'm doing actually right now on one of my hotels that I just purchased this year in Florida. They basically had nothing. They actually had, it was very dark and gloomy there, and the guests didn't feel safe. Obviously at night, even in the parking lot, they had these green lights because it was called the Shamrock. So I guess they just went a little bit overboard and changed all their lights to green, all their external lights. And it was very dim. Like when you go there, like, oh my goodness, like I wouldn't even step foot in it. So having security measures in place not only gives comfort to your guests and your tenants, but like you said, it does reduce insurance costs because people can trip and fall on certain things, especially in the parking lot if you have those stoppers, which I couldn't see because they weren't even painted, and it was dark. So we changed all the lights to LEDs. We made sure we also put security lighting on every corner where they come on at dusk, and they shut off automatically in the morning. So that was one aspect of it. And number two is cameras. Having cameras, I know some people try to conceal their cameras and they're going to put a sneaky camera somewhere. No, get a big fucking ass camera, show it. And I get usually those signs and say premises is under surveillance because you want others to know that we're watching you, and hopefully that'll deter them to come on your premises and steal. And the reason I put that is because I had a recent theft in a hotel. They walked away with a fireplace, a TV, and a mini fridge in the middle of the night. So our security deposit, we do take them, but it wasn't enough for the whole amount. So
I'm trying to wrap my head around how someone steals a fireplace, but
it was one of those fireplaces
on wheels.
It's not a
it's
big
the one
fireplace.
on wheels, right?
It's the one the fake fireplaces. But yeah, they literally took it and put it in the back of the pickup truck and left with a fireplace, a TV, and a mini fridge. So, but now we're installing cameras, and again. And we even had, some.
Hang on, Frank. I'm sorry. The cameras are not inside the room, so I just want to make sure that that's clear, right?
Well, no,
All right.
no, they're not.
right,
Everything's external, so the lights are external. There you go.
It's all
So,
legit.
we're not
It's
that
not
creepy.
like that.
It's all legit.
No.
That's for the other podcast.
The OnlyFans hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and the cameras are neat things. And it depends which cameras you get. A lot of them also have apps that you can access from your phone, your computer, and it's a safety measure for my manager, because this particular hotel, there's an office, but the office has like a solid wood door, so he can't really see outside unless the shades are open for the windows. So it's for his safety. He can always just look on his computer. It's always on. He can see all the angles from all the cameras that we put up. So if someone does come to the door, at 10 or midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, and they're looking for a room and they look a little bit shady, that he can always say, no, sorry, we're full. Maybe go try the next hotel.
I do have a
down the
suggestion on
street.
that. We once had a wireless system, and if the internet goes down, you lose your. The more cameras you have, the more taxing it is on your internet. If you have a wired system, it actually is much cleaner and a lot easier to. It's more stable. Just as an FYI. In one of our hotels, there was a brownout, a shortage at the same time as there was a break-in, and we didn't have the footage, and it was very, very sad, because had that not, we learned a lesson. And sometimes if the internet is wonky, or it is there's a lot of bandwidth that's taken from video streaming. And when you have a lot of cameras, it can really suck up a lot of internet. Now, if you have a smaller premises, I don't think it matters as much. If it's a 3, 4, 5 unit, I don't think that's going to make a big deal. But when you have hundreds of units, it really has to be done in a wired system.
Well, the important part, is, especially for you, the owner, I mean, we always prone that you shouldn't be doing the work, that you should be just, overseeing everything,
Absolutely.
right? So the idea is to make sure that you have access to all that from wherever you are. So if you're, if Frank doesn't live anywhere near that hotel, and now he has access to the footage, and if there's anything there, and it's not a question of only theft, right? You're doing this for tenant security, for just to optimize your own process. If there's someone at the door and for some reason, your manager's in the can or whatever, there's a way to, just inform him that, hey, there's someone at the door. That could just get you an extra customer there. And protection in terms of your premises is a byproduct of all this. So again, the idea of not concealing them is exactly that as well, right? Is you're there to show your customers that, hey, we're watching this place. We want you to be safe here and feel safe, and they'll pay more for that. And the byproduct of it is that, if there is a break-in, then you're also able to solve that
Also,
issue.
from a liability, sorry, Frank. From a liability standpoint, having not well lit premises, you can get sued for that if something does happen, because it's our responsibility as owners to make sure that things are well lit. So if you have a well lit premises and you have a significant parking lot, and you want to make sure. The objective is to protect and serve, right? Our tenant and our community. I sound like a police officer, because that's kind of what they say, protect and serve. But we're on the same team there. And, police are enforcers, and, sometimes shit happens, but it's not about this podcast. It's really just, how do we really serve our tenants, our guests, our patrons, whatever business it is. How do we really make sure that if something does occur, that we have recourse to see exactly what happened, so we can get to the bottom of it and actually take action on whatever problem there was, and fix it for the future if it's at all possible. So it's all good.
Yeah. No, I was going to add to that. It can also avoid, if there's confrontation for some reason between the manager and one of your tenants or guests or whatever, capturing on video obviously is going to tell 1,000 words just looking at it. And yeah, if people trying to claim a slip and fall type of thing, you're gonna have that recorded. The neat part about the ones that I'm getting, I think most video cameras do have this as well. You can actually talk to them on premises, which is kind of freaked out.
Don't give that to Marco.
I could be in Toronto, and if someone's over there, I could say, "Stop that! We're watching," and they can hear that. So it's pretty cool. the technology today, what you can do. And again, it's not for me to go on every day to look at it. It's being recorded. I have a subscription that it is being recorded. In the event a confrontation happens, a slip and fall, or or someone's stealing shit like fireplaces,
or someone is cantankerous. Two tenants are fighting with each other, or something happens, and the story that they give is not the story that what happened. There's and I agree, it should be obvious. And I was at a place yesterday, and as soon as I went near the camera, it basically says, "Hello, you're being recorded," and it was loud. It scared the shit out of me. And it's I thought that's actually At first I was like, I don't think I like it.
It makes you aware of it.
Actually, I really like it. I didn't like it. The first impression was I don't like this, and then I thought about it. I'm like, actually, I really love this.
Well, you hate it as a consumer, but you like it as an owner.
So it flip-flopped very quickly. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. They have those in the Walmart self-checkouts, right? They have the videos that says "Smile, you're being recorded." You actually see yourself there, so it's supposed to be a deterrent. And maybe it does work to a certain degree. But yeah, saying that or camera saying "Smile, you're being recorded." That's actually, they actually have signs like that.
I smile all the time.
And that, that's
if you've ever watched reality TV and the shit that happens, and they're all on camera, and I know some of it's not reality.
Yes.
However, people do forget at one point that they're being watched. It just is. They get so used to the cameras being there that they just now start being a lot more natural, and things happen that are outrageous, even though they know they're being recorded. So also from a liability standpoint, you don't want to say hidden cameras, because I don't know if that's legal or not. But we don't talk about Bruno.
Exactly. But
that's right.
Yeah, Bruno. Yeah, but in addition to the cameras lighting up the place, I also my manager was looking at there's certain paint that you can buy for your curbs in your parking lot that actually not glows,
reflectors.
But it
really
reflects at night. Actually, it's not even a reflector because it's actually glowing at night, even if you don't have headlights on it. So I don't know what kind of paint that is, but you can actually see it stand out at night.
Phosphorescent,
it's like
infrared
paint. I don't know.
Phosphorescence. Yes.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, so you could put that on your curbs because a lot of people, like I know at this hotel, the curbs are not very high. They're like a 4-inch, so it's kind of low. And sometimes not noticeable. So we're going to be painting all that too. And again, that's for the safety of our tenants and our guests to put.
To add to all that is because now, if you're a listener, you're thinking, okay, well, this is going to add to my costs and it's going to kill my bottom line or whatnot. And the offsetting of this is that your insurance is going to be much lower. So at the end of the day, it's going to be I want to see a net positive, even if it's not just financially. It's going to be a net positive because you're getting you have a much safer property, a better property. Even if you want to sell this property, it's gone up in value because of the feel of security, and that the next buyer doesn't have to do any of this. So all that is all these costs are going to be offset. So they're really an investment at the end of the day.
Well, let's say you have a 6-unit and you can get an extra $50 per month because of the extra security feature. They feel more comfortable, more safe for the area. That's $50 times 6, right? That's 300 times 12, right? Now you're at
36.
You're at 3,600, and if it cost you, even $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, you can overborrow if you're using asset-based lending. You can put that into the budget. And if they take a look, okay, well, there's an extra, let's say $3,000 in income for an extra $10,000 that needs to be done for security measures. That's a 36% return on the extra cash. Makes sense. And in fact, it's a lot better than that because that extra $3,000 a year of net income is actually in a market that's very slow is a $30,000 value. So their $10,000 is being secured on an extra $30,000 in value, and when you refi, you're pulling out more than the $10,000 anyway. So,
and that's all bottom line. There's no additional cost.
Yeah. But it's not even that expensive. We were looking at cameras. You go to Costco, you buy like those packs of
but if
10 cameras or whatever. I know you're buying cheaper ones, but it doesn't matter. Even if you get AT&T, those cameras still work. Like you're not recording a movie here. So those cameras work. I use them on one of my properties. They work like great. And those are from Costco,
Ring,
out of
like,
a box. Get
yeah.
someone to install it, hardwire it. Ring,
Yep.
same thing. Those are all cheap. You do AT&T. If you phone AT&T, they'll give you the equipment for free, as long as you sign a 1-year contract, and you can even pay monthly, which is like $30 a month,
Right.
which is nuts.
Yeah, there's
It's
a lot
nothing.
of plus lights, plus like, but securing the property and making sure that there's a good plan and having your management team help you with that. And I know this is maybe for someone that's living out of their car that doesn't have any money or thinking, what the fuck do I need this information for? But if you follow process and actually buy a couple of properties, and you can actually not only save money on insurance and avoid a lawsuit, which is much better, and do things correctly, you're going to be ahead of the game. This is not just about how much money can we make, but how much of an easy life can we have? Set it and forget it, as close to it as possible. And if you do things correctly and really take care of tenants, that's a very possible and plausible process. But if you're really trying to squeeze and extract as much as possible from every tenant, and there's a high turnover of staff and a high turnover of tenants, it's going to be hell. This is going to be a hell business for you. It's going to be terrible. Yeah, we're going to hate it. So I think we nailed it as much as we can. So take care of your tenants, make them feel safe, get the right security measures, make sure it's well lit, and a lot of good things happen from that. And
reap the rewards.
Yep. Take care of people, and you're automatically taken care of. Just how it works. That's how life works. Appreciate the listener, for being here, listening to our semantics and our shenanigans. Always a pleasure speaking to you. And again, please like us, love us, share us, subscribe. And if there's anything that you need from us, Marco at marcokozlowski.com. And we look forward to seeing you one day in one of the in the many events that we do. Frank, Gabe, appreciate you both. And have yourselves a phenomenal day, week, month, and life. Take care, guys. Bye for now.